Okay, you know what's coming. This week I had the pleasure of going back to an old workplace, which is a nursing home. I used to run the falls prevention programme in the nursing home, and which is a private nursing home, and I used to do a lot of work with the NHS. I was delivering a talk to the staff on menopause at work and how to cope, etc, etc. Then afterwards I went downstairs to the hub because my good friend Jackie still works there, and it was lovely. I got to hang out with the residents, and it was during therapy time, so they got the animals out. It was lovely. And I was talking to this woman, and Jackie said, "Phyllis, tell Jane how old you are." Phyllis, stunning, this little lady, beautiful face, gorgeous cheekbones, really good head of hair, just had a little Zimmer frame, good balance. We got chatting and she was telling me a life story. It was so interesting. Anyway, on the 23rd of October, she will be 100. OMG. So I was chatting to her for quite a long time, and I said, "Phyllis, what's your secret? Why are you so active, and what brings you here?" And she used to live in an apartment block with a gym and a pool. She used to swim every single day. So I said, "Well, what was your turning point?" She said, "I fell over and broke my hip, fractured my hip." My heart sank because the story is so, I hear it so many times. I've heard it so many times over the years when I've worked in the clinical field and on the ground. I've been doing this job for 25 years. I love it. I've come across so many different people. Prevention, ladies, is better than cure. Now, if Phyllis perhaps would have had the knowledge that we have got so much knowledge now that we can take preventative measures. We can stay active. Tiny little things really count. Don't underestimate a brisk 10-minute walk. Don't underestimate standing on your leg with your eyes closed. Don't underestimate little jumping up and down, or just doing some squats or lunges. If Phyllis had been doing some resistance work, it probably would have saved her going into the home a lot earlier, because she was living on her own. Her husband had passed away. And my heart really sank. And she was so lovely, and she said, "I'm so lucky, I've got so many memories." And sometimes, I've worked in this sector for many years, and a lot of people look at old people and they don't see people. But every single person's got a story, they've got a life, they've got memories. So how can you look at yourself further down the line and say, "This is where I want to be, this is what I want to do"? I'm not going to say my biggest fears, because I've had so many things wrong with me in my time, but simple things, ladies, make a huge difference. A huge difference. 10-minute brisk walking outside will help your mental health. Jumping up and down would help the bone density in your hips and lower spine. Doing simple band exercises, I've got loads on the site, menopause.com. On Saturday at the event, I'm going to be teaching really simple exercises that you can take home, little nuggets of wisdom that you can do in your home, on your own, to prevent falls, to prevent deconditioning. So we're at high risk of osteoporosis, hips, wrists and spine, and the major sites for osteoporosis. Hip fractures cost the NHS £106 billion per year. But that negates what it does to an individual's life. Within 6 months after a hip fracture, the mortality rate is 50%. So I'm going to leave that with you, ladies. Walking, jumping, running, resistance work will help with your bone density in your hips and lower spine. Okay? If you do have osteoporosis, it's best not to do heaps of impact work. But there's plenty that you can be doing on the site, menopause.com, and every so often I come on here nagging you about certain exercises you can do at home. So please, ladies, please, prevention is better than cure. I love you. Have a wonderful day. Au revoir.